Hello friends, welcome to my channel if you are new here, and welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. My name is Brittany. On this channel I share my stupid opinions about the books I've been reading. Today's book is Megan Miranda's Come Find Me. It is a YA mystery. It averages 3.72 on Goodreads with about 6,500 ratings and 3.68 on the storygraph. Here are some content warnings. 16-year-old Kennedy Jones survives a tragedy that makes her family infamous. She's made it her mission to keep her brother's search through the cosmos alive. But then something disturbs the frequency on his radio telescope, a pattern registering where no signal should transmit. In the neighboring county, 17-year-old Nolan Chandler is determined to find out what happened to his older brother Liam, who disappeared the day after Nolan has a premonition. There have been no leads on Liam's disappearance for the last 2 years. That is until Nolan picks up on an odd signal, a pattern of taps coming from his brother's bedroom. Drawn together by these strange signals and their family's tragedies, Kennedy and Nolan search for the origin of the mysterious frequency, a search that will bring them together. The more they uncover, the more they believe everything is connected, even their pasts, as it appears the signal was meant for them and them alone, sharing a message that only the two of them can understand. Is something coming for them, or is the frequency warning them about something that's already here? I had an inkling that it was YA when I picked it up a long time ago from Book Outlet. This is my second Megan Miranda. I've read one adult novel from her, one YA novel from her, and yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I will say up front, I started out double dorking this book and then I switched exclusively to audio to see if I can retain any information when I just listen to audiobooks, but let's go ahead and go through CAWPILE. Kennedy is our main character. She lives with her uncle Joe after the untimely passing or unaliving of her mother. She is a 16-year-old girl on the outs of her friend group after the drama her family went through. Her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, Marco, and his clique of friends still go by her house when she's there. She doesn't live there anymore. Like I said, she lives with her Uncle Joe, but they don't hang out with her anymore. Marco, Sutton, and Lydia are besties, and they're dreadful to Kennedy after the whole thing goes down with her family. It's weird that they still hang out at her house, but it seems just like it's a place for them to underage drink without people catching them. This group of friends, Lydia, Sutton, and Marco, call Kennedy Child of the Corn in front of her. It was really gross and weird. And then we have Nolan Chandler, who is 17 years old and on a quest to find out what happened to his brother. His parents have fully thrown themselves into this organization that they created in the aftermath of Liam's disappearance. The organization kind of helps other families of missing children find their children. It felt like his parents straight up just forgot that they had another child, and I really hated that also. Nolan is a baseball player, and so he is connected to Marco because Marco plays baseball as well. This is kind of the way that Nolan and Kennedy end up meeting. Clearly, to me, side characters in this book are not as developed as Nolan and Kennedy. That's fine. Their roles are very, very minor. I would have liked to see more from Kennedy's Uncle Joe and her brother Elliot, because they kind of play a little bit more of an important role than like Nolan's parents or any of the other side characters. Overall, nobody was really that memorable to me. Kennedy and Nolan were both likable enough, but I have read much more memorable YA characters in my time as a YA reader. Nothing truly to write home about as far as characters are concerned. I gave the characters a 7 out of 10. I literally had to look in the book to see what Lydia's name was, so I think that speaks volumes. We are set in Virginia, which is cool. I've been there. I can't really tell you very much else. I did double dork for quite a while before switching over to exclusively audio, so I'll tell you this. We are split POV, and so it's narrated by a male narrator and a female narrator, and I did find that the narrators performed the book, i.e. they didn't just read it to me. No complaints truly in that department. My issue really arose with the atmosphere in my inability to recall a single detail from the physical setting of this book. It was an immersive read in that it kept my attention while I was listening. I just don't think that I retained very much information information in terms of the atmosphere. With that being said, that could just be a me issue. So I did bump the atmosphere up to a 7 out of 10 because sometimes, I'm gonna be so honest with you all, I will tune stuff out. If I get distracted by even one minute thing, it's tuned out. That's why I can't listen to audiobooks at work. I know people who listen to audiobooks while they work. It can't be me because I will tune it out so fast. This is my second Megan Miranda novel, and I just really don't think that her writing is for me. I read a YA novel, which was this one, and then an adult novel, and something about it just doesn't grab my attention and bring me in. I don't think that there's anything wrong with her style. It's just not something that grabs my attention. There was nothing in this book that stood out to me as, wow, what an excellent line, or who proofread this? So overall, the writing was fine. Something about it didn't feel exciting or memorable to me, and so writing was just like an 8 out of 10. I read the synopsis of this book. In hindsight, in reading the synopsis when I finished reading it, I really feel like if I would have gone in reading the synopsis at first, I would have expected so much more from this book. I did not expect romance, which I should have. It's YA, of course, we're gonna have romance. I might have honestly remembered this book a little bit better were there not for the kiss. I don't even remember how the book ends. It's not been that long since I finished this book. Can't remember how it ends. Can't remember very much of what happens. I thought that there would be aliens. There were not aliens. Plot was a 6 out of 10. When I went into this, my interest was held for the first half. I thought we were gonna get a space book, to be honest with you. There is some unaliving in here. I really thought that there was gonna be like some alien abduction shit. I didn't expect it to turn into like almost a thriller. I lost interest right around the time Kennedy started to express that she was romantically interested in Nolan. I have no issue reading YA contemporary. I have no issue reading YA thrillers. I don't want them to mix. For my intrigue, this one, it's a 6. For the logic of this book, I simply can't because of spoilers. There were many things in this one that did not make sense to me. 7 out of 10. So for enjoyment, I was having a time until the romance, and then I was not having a time anymore. It was a bad time after that. It was kind of a neutral experience for me. I neither liked nor disliked this book. It was just fine. It occupied my time while I was tidying my house, but that's about it. 6 out of 10, which brings the total scores for this to 47 out of 70, or 6.71, which on my CAWPILE scale is 3.5 stars. Once again, we have a book that is going to be going into my Pango shop. If you are interested in this, it'll be there. And the link for Pango is down below in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave me a like. If you have any recommendations for mystery thriller YA books that you could leave down below, I would like that very much. I felt so hopeful for this book and ended up so disappointed. If you are new here, you can feel free to subscribe. This is free for you and fun for me. Otherwise, I will see you all very soon. Goodbye.